Okay, so this will be a microscopic examination, probably a quick one, of 3 slides. The microscope is very dirty. I don't know how. I mean, a lot of dirt. Got into it. It desperately needs cleaning. I hope it. It will not be too much of a problem. Usually, when it's dirty, you can easily separate between the dirt on the lenses and the actual thing that you see on the slide. But if it's too dirty, you cannot see. It's obscure. The vision, and also it's difficult to kind of use the focus and everything. So let's just try and see what we've got. So I have 3 slides. 2 from this container with the electrolysis. Now the electrolysis is off, but with the electrolysis. Also, I've added the wax. After I've taken the samples. 1 from the foam of the electrolysis, and the other one is like from the water. It is not the foam. And also, I've taken another one from the bigger container, like the one on the bottom, which is without electrolysis. Where most of the stuff, the original stuff, is contained. So let's just start to see. The setup is really uncomfortable, so probably I'll do it very quickly. It's too high, for sitting, or it's too low for standing. So probably we'll do it very quickly. So this is the foam. I'm trying to take 2 samples, 2, you see different colors, one from the positive rod, like the hot rod, and one from the neutral. I have not watched it yet, so I'll do it the first time, just with you. Okay, so let's see what we've got. It's really uncomfortable, so you'll do it very quickly. We do see Neros, but I'm not going to kind of put it too much under scrutiny, because it's really difficult to actually watch. It's difficult to form. You see duds that are Neros that are not totally created, but on the way to be created, and also you see Neros that are obviously are fine, like they are done, like this one. Nice. Nice. You see both duds and real ones. And you see they are very fat, and this is fatter than usually ones that are created in electrolysis. I think it's because of the so much sodium bicarbonate and salt that I've added to the electrolysis chamber, because you see they are very, very fat. This is the fattest that I've seen after electrolysis. This means that if there is enough sodium bicarbonate and salt, they are created fat, using electrolysis, and not necessarily grown to be fat. Let's zoom in here. Generally, I'm surprised for good. It's very good nice sample. Although it should be said that it was operating. It was online all day, and at some point, I think it got shortcut because the screw, just got loose. So actually, the foam was, sampled several hours after it was rested. So that's why you don't see as many duds as usual when you take it just from the foam. Many duds are cleared, and what you see is actually probably mostly good Neros. I would call living neros. Of course, they're not living like, they're not biologically living, but I mean, you know what I mean, online operator a bit. Like, I mean, not dads that are dissolved after you disconnect electrolysis. This is very nice. This is a very nice one. Let's try to zoom in even more. Now, difficult to see stuff in this magnification. You see flow, which is typical to high magnification, but it's difficult to focus here. But this is a Nero, a huge one, like relatively very big one. Very nice. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole slide because it's so, I mean, it's really uncomfortable. So we'll finish, I mean, we are done with this one. Let's check the other one that's not from the phone but from the water. Just give me a second to wash my hand. So this is from the water, not from the foam. So nice, we see Neros here. Since it's not from the foam but from the water, you should see much less duds because it's not where it's created. Like it's just, I mean, the container. And this is more, I mean, indicative to what you can see get in the entire container because it's from the water, not from the actual foam, like where the electrolysis is going on. So we see Neros also. Still, we see many duds to my estimation, but they will be cleared in the next couple of hours, and also a great amount of like non-duds, like real Neros. They are mostly closed. I don't know why, but you see that they are closed. Like they are closed stargates. Like I don't know. I would say it's still like an open question, like scientification, like when they are actually closed. I mean, we see them closed many times you see them open. In general, I don't have like a solution. Like I didn't pay too much attention to it, even though a phenomenon is repeating. But I mean, it's definitely one of the questions that should be researched with regards to Neros, like when they are closed and when they are open, or naturally. I mean, without any kind of under natural conditions. Now we see many closed ones. Okay, so with maximum magnification I can't see much. Okay, so the good slide, as expected. I mean, we see that, but not as much as we, in the other one, and we see many closed ones. And I mean, overall, I mean, it's a successful electrolysis. Like, it's what you can expect from like electrolysis. It was done pretty well. Actually, I tried to reconnect electrolysis, but I mean, after like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of fighting with it, I mean, I just gave up. Maybe and then I lit the fire and done other stuff. Maybe I'll get back to it. It's very difficult because the screws are very, very heavy and highly magnetized, and I placed a very big magnet on the bottom of this container, and it's very strongly, attracts the screws, and so they are always, attaching to it, and then, there is a shortcut. And itself, to say that, the way to overcome it is just, by, technical, issues, how you place the wires and how you connect it, like, to the woods and all sorts of, like, stuff. But to say that, it was proven in series of experiments, like, more than half a year ago, that this kind of attraction between the rods and the magnet is actually very successful, is actually greatly increases the efficacy of the electrolysis. This was shown very convincingly. Like, the fact that, if you place, like, the rod near the magnet, but, make sure that it doesn't touch it, it actually creates very effective electrolysis. And the best place to put it is actually just in the middle, because all magnets are round, like, for not like a horseshoe, but round. But this cannot be done in this setup because it's far too big. Like, this can only be done with like screws that are not that big and not, and still you need to like fix it very, very strongly, like to the wires, and make sure the wires are not shortcutting. But then you get a very strong electrolysis. Usually you place the hot one in the middle, and you place several neutral like ones. You paralyze the neutral ones, on the outside of the round magnet, and this is very strong, very potent electrolysis setup. What you've seen now is that, yes, after the electrolysis worked all day, yes, we have a very good mixture in it, and you should remember that most of it is new material. Like, it's mostly new material, like pea, but not much. But pea and water, and not that much material from the lower container where most of the older material exists. So now let's take a look at one side that I've taken from the lower one, actually. Okay. Wow, very nice one. I really like this one. And it's pretty big. Very nice. Let's zoom in. Nice. Very nice. I mean, we don't see life forms, which is, I mean, probably because of the oxygen deprivation that is there, because mostly it's just, I mean, I don't open the whole container. It's just, I mean, you know, I kept it closed and just I've taken a little bit of wax today and yesterday from it, but mostly I take the wax from the other containers. And it just kept the way it is for a long time, relatively. So that's maybe why you don't see life forms. And you do see Neros, so I mean, and it's a huge container, so it means that we have tremendous amount. I mean, mostly in like liquid form, oil and pee. But I've added wax today, so I can use it for the burning. But it's nice that we don't have life forms, because I mean, I mostly try to create the life forms in the upper one, like we also haven't seen much actually, and we mostly seen Neros, not life forms. This is probably because of the magnet, like the very strong magnet. I mean, as I said, such strong magnet, I mean, magnetic, setup is very non-conductive for life forms. All types that I've seen in now. It doesn't matter if you had, Earth bacteria, demons from hell, or, germs from that I suspect from the aquatic environment in Venus. I mean, everything that I've seen, like, they don't do well in like magnetic fields, like strong magnetic fields. But I mean, Neros are doing fine. That's probably why, I mean, we didn't see life forms in the upper container. Anyway, let's continue a little bit with the one from this is from the lower. No electrolysis, just, I mean, the natural ecosystem pathway. We have a little bit of focus issue because of the way that I created the slide that is not like smart enough. This is like, these are remnants of life form, like dead ones. Maybe trained bacteria, I'm not sure. Or another bacteria. But they are dead. Either from oxygen deprivation or for slaughtered by the Neros. This is another life form. Slaughtered. Probably by the Neros. Very nice one. Wow, very nice. Let's try to zoom in. Very nice. Maybe zoom in even more. I mean, I don't have like, energy for like trying to focus like now with that. So let's keep it in 64. This was like 600 or something like that. Very nice. What you see to the right is not like a tail of the Nero, it's just, I mean, something that is standing on it. Okay, so I mean, it's not comfortable, so let's stop here. So okay, I mean, we've seen pretty impressive big Neros actually. Not that much like small fat ones that that I expected to see. Maybe I'll just add more. I still have sodium bicarbonate, so I'll add more because I want to see some fat, like small fat ones. In the, but overall, I mean, good sample. And you should remember that, I mean, the content, this is like the big one, so it was greatly diluted like recently with a tremendous amount of water and pee because of, I mean, it's such a big container, so, I mean, I've added, tremendous amount of, diluting material, and and there is no electrolysis like that, like artificially very quick create neros. So taking this into account, I mean, it's a good sample. We've seen smaller ones, we've seen very impressive big ones, not enough like small fat ones, but let's take care of that. So that will be all for now.